So you want to build a legacy business. You're constantly talking about or thinking about the fact that you're going to build a legacy business, but you're out there trying to do it alone. Or maybe it's you and one part-time team member. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that today. Hi, I'm Michelle Sism, and I want to welcome you to the Entrepreneurs Take Action podcast. I am in Las Vegas. I just finished a 2-day conference on team building, and it really started me thinking about you and your legacy business and how so many of you are out there trying to do it alone. And it just isn't possible to create what you're wanting to create all by yourself. And so several things come up when we start to think about, should I hire a team? Should they be employees? Should they be virtual team members? And for many of you, the place to start is with a virtual team member just to kind of get started. For the others, it is time for you to start hiring full-time employees and developing that business process, bringing the business to a point where it is stable, scalable, and sellable, right? So during the training, we focused on lots of things, but one thing in particular that I wanted to talk to you about today is what it is that your team members, your employees are looking for when they are working with you. You know, as entrepreneurs, we have a tendency to believe that those who come to work for us have the same dreams and desires and goals and ambitions that we do. And you know, a lot of us hire entrepreneurs to come in as virtual employees, and a lot of them are very driven and do think like us, but many of them do not. And so it's really important for you to see the difference, to know what's important for them, to help them understand what it is that your business is attempting to do in this world. What's the big change you want to make? What's the legacy that you want to leave, and how they're a piece of that. So I really wanted to talk to you about 3 things that we spent a lot of time talking about what it is that they want and during the last 2 days. And there are 3 things that really stood out for me. And what was interesting is that we had entrepreneurs in the room and we had team members in the room. And at one point, they separated us and they went and spoke to the team members and came back with some things that they had on their mind. And I thought it would be extremely important for you to hear a couple of those things. So the first thing was that so many of them were concerned about the stability of the business. And you know, as entrepreneurs, we all know the numbers that so many businesses don't make it. And when we bring on team members, especially when we hire full-time employees, they're concerned about that stability. And as entrepreneurs, as solopreneurs, a lot of the time, you're not wanting to share that information, right? What is going on financially? You're not sharing that information because you feel like maybe that is for you to know. And so you need to learn to have conversations about what's really going on. Don't make up a story, right? Don't just tell them what you think they want to hear. Let them know what's going on. Let them know that you're in a partnership. Let them know when things work and when things don't work and why they didn't work and what it is that we're going to work on next time. So they're looking for the stability, but I will tell you for me, it was interesting because I do think that a lot of people like to work with entrepreneurs because we're risk takers. And so it's interesting. I think it's human nature to want the stability. So that was one. The second thing that was so very interesting, and I have a feeling this is affecting every single one of you, was that they wanted more time. Meaning they didn't feel like they had enough time with the boss, right? With the owner, with the leaders of the company to really get a feel for what's going on. And not only to get a feel for what's going on, but to understand, am I doing things right, and get the feedback and what else could we be doing, and what's the bigger picture. And so a lot of us are maybe we are the sole salesperson in our company at this moment, or we're, wearing so many hats and we're very busy. But it was very clear that the team members really wanted to feel more connected and have that ability to access you more. And you may think you've got an open door policy, but I want you to look at your calendar. How full is your calendar? Can they get in to speak with you during office hours, or how are they having to speak with you in the middle of the night, right? And then the third thing is, it was interesting that so many of them said, just let me do what you hired me to do. You know, as entrepreneurs, as small business owners, we can be the bottleneck in our business so many times. We're the place where things stop because we have so much going on. And so I thought that was extremely interesting that they really wanted to do what they were hired to do. So I want you to think about how many times you give a team member something to do and then you take it back, right? I'll be real honest. That was definitely an issue for me because I like super fast action. So if it didn't happen immediately, then I would just go do it. And I had to teach myself to stop doing that. Let's say I'm a recovering bottleneck, but I can tell you I'm still the bottleneck a lot of times. So I want you to, give them the ability to do what it is that they were hired to do. Set some expectations of when you want things done. Also, you need to show them. Another big conversation was that you might be telling them what it is that you want done, but you're not necessarily giving them all the information on what it should look like. What does the outcome need to look like? And do you have certain expectations of things that you want done in the process, right? So a lot of times they get to the other side and although they might have accomplished what you wanted, maybe they didn't accomplish it with the same tone, or it's just something is not exactly right that goes along with the core values of your company. So I just wanted to give you a few heads up on what's going out there in your team with your employees. I do want to say again, like we opened up this show, if you are attempting to build this business alone, you can't do it. It will not grow, right? You have got to get some assistance, and you should be focused, you hear me say it all the time, on income producing activities, and you should have someone else doing all of those other things that happen in these crazy days called entrepreneurship. All right, this is Michelle Sissom. Go out there, build your legacy business, be decisive, bring in that next team member, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.